Hello and welcome. Welcome to blissbee.me, Integrative Holistic Health. My name is Deborah O'Neill and I am the CEO and founder of the company. I'm so glad you're here. I'm a certified advanced integrative energy healing practitioner. I am actually a certified holistic practitioner. And advanced energy healing is one of the modalities in which I work with. Also work with limiting beliefs as Psych K. I'm also a Himalayan tradition yoga and meditation teacher and initiate. And I have regular studies in all areas, including Healing Oil Collective Professional Series and shamanism. So I'm here because I care. I think it's important that I take my knowledge and use it in a way that is directly affective with an A, meaning it affects the body and our environment and how we perceive the world, to create a better place for all of us. Good morning, Marilyn. Nice to see you here. Thank you. So we're going into fire, in the fire element. So we've gone from the physical, chakra 1, and which is our energy field, which is closest to our body. Then we've gone into the emotional, which is the watery section of our body, which is chakra 2, also known as the sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, Manipura, Muladhara in Sanskrit, Svadhisthana, and Manipura. So that's the 3 chakras that we're stepping into the 3rd chakra area, which is the elements. So we've gone earth, water, fire. And on one of the previous videos, I mistakenly called this etheric. It's not etheric. This is air. I don't know where etheric came from. This one will be etheric when we get there. So I'll make a note on that video. Good morning, Susan. Nice to have you here. Fire, yes. And I am a fire water sign, nothing like having contrast, right? Right on the cusp of the day I was born. I have a ram that's going forward and I have 2 fish that don't know which way they're going. But let's have fun with it. That's all I can do is once we observe, once we learn and sort of find different levels of education in different varying areas, and we learn different things, whether it's astrology or numerology or energy healing or subconscious beliefs, conscious beliefs, supra-conscious beliefs, then we can bring all our stuff together and we can keep what works with us in this moment in time, and we can let whatever else that doesn't really sit with us just yet wash away. And if it's meant to be there, it'll revisit you and revisit you and revisit you. And at some point in time, you'll go, okay, I get it. So I'm so happy to be going into this area because this area is fire. So I love the color red. It's one of my most favorite colors. I had a really difficult time putting it into my logo, but then I didn't. You know, I really see it as creation. I see it as passion and birthing. I see it as doing the work. And that's, you know, simply what it represents in my logo. I'll give an explanation of my logo at another time because this is the time for fire. And I wanted to show you what stones we'll be using. I have on our altar. So I've got the tourmaline, and then I've got the carnelian, which was for our watery section. And the tourmaline is our grounding. So you can imagine, you know, this is from the earth. This is so cool. This is a raw rock. And the black tourmaline, it's also good for putting beside your computer, your television, your cell phone, or anything with unbalanced electromagnetic waves, because this is when we work with the earth energy, we're balancing into that. It's classified as like electrical as nature. And so that's the energy of the earth. That's why lightning strikes come down to the earth. Like attracts like. It's kind of like this magnet, right? All this stuff, like attracts like. You put it on the other side. Well, this particular magnet doesn't have the polarity. It just sticks to everything. It's the only magnet I could find. But that's what we're working with. So this needs to ground us, right? Every electrical outlet, every electrical light, anything needs to be grounded. And when we are applying that copper ground, whether it's in a light or in the back of a fixture, you're applying that because that copper ground is embedded in the earth. Just like I showed you with that grounding mat that I used. And just like the PMF mat that I use, that PMF mat is works with the electrical magnetic field in our atmosphere. And that's what NASA realized, that when they sent the man to the moon and the woman to the moon, that they would lose their bone density in no time at all. And that was because they left the electromagnetic field. And that's how the pulsed electromagnetic field, PMF therapy mat, was developed. And it's readily available to all of us. So with the surgeries that I had, I invested in it in myself, and I do distribute them. So if you are interested, let me know, because then once you buy one, you can be a distributor too. So it might be a way that you might want to look at making money in the future. I don't really have it to make money with, but I certainly have the knowledge to be able to share it and have comfort in distributing it. So that was our stone for physical. Then we went into carnelian. So carnelian is also a magical stone in the emotional world. It promotes ambition and confidence and happiness, serenity and stability, and it enhances creativity, and it restores motivation, and can be used for overcoming different abuses that may be in your environment that you're feeling that you're exposed to. So it's a great little stone. It doesn't have to be a big stone. So, if you're looking at stones, so that is our two. And then our third one is citrine. This is citrine. And so I'm going to keep it on our little altar here. And it's a powerful healing quartz. And it goes from sunny yellow to brown, and it represents our solar plexus here, our fire energy. And it works with solving memory, willpower, optimism, joy, confidence, and self-discipline, because we're going into the action zone. You know what? We're going to have to get off the couch. We're going to have to get a pen to some paper. We're going to need to, I encourage you to write down, now that we're in this contrasting environment, it's telling us exactly what we don't want. Make sure we opt into the side where what we do want. This is a perfect example to go, oh my gosh, I can't stay in my house another day. Or maybe your house is where you're finding comfort, and it's like, wow, I'm so comfortable here. I'm so comfortable working from home. What a way to create an agreement moving forward in your action plan to say, I really found myself really productive at home. And is there a way that I can implement this a couple days a week as we move forward, because I'm a greater value to you and to myself in my productivity levels. So just something like that. But so citrine will be on our altar. So I hold this on our altar for all of us. And I just love making little altars. I just love having a little sacredness is part of our sacred practice together. No matter when you watch, this is part of us, and you and me. So that's the 3 rocks that we're bringing in. I'm going to actually be working with, this is called the Golden Healer, which is also citrine and is clear quartz. And it's for power and inner strength. So I'm going to hold this on behalf of all of us. And it's called the Master Healer because it's a combination of the golden ray, citrine, and quartz. And quartz is a healer of all our energy centers. But this is a lot of information. So I'm going to get into our fire ceremony so that we can move on to the fire section of the body and start working with our will. And I'm going to put that over there. And I'm going to bring this one in. And one of my little rituals every morning that I do for you and I is I light this candle. And every time I light a candle, I have a blessing. So this is for all that we have, all that you and I have now in this present moment. This is for all that we are in this present moment. And this is for all that we are yet to be moving forward together. So with that, I light this. And I have no problem lighting my candles with a lighter, but when it comes to my really sacred stuff, I use a match. Whoopsies. Help if I opened it up right side up. I'll just call it a part of my little morning mess. And I'm working with this piece of diamond fungi. So was gifted this by a Sundance community that I'm so honored to be a part of. And we were at Sundance, and one of the dancers really needed some support. So we worked together with a healing with him, and this was part of the gift. I was gifted a bag of beautiful diamond fungi, which is a mushroom that grows on the side of the trees that is on the indigenous lands and is ever so gently harvested by the indigenous people. And I work with it in very small honoring bits. So I'm gonna light this on our behalf too. And smudging it's proven to clear the air. And this has a beautiful, delectable smell to it. And in the world of what I learned in the indigenous world is you never blow out a match, because then you're blowing away the spirit. So it's not for me to give you the teachings, but I just want to share what I learned. So I'm on that basis. And then also I have smudge sticks, and I have ceremony packs that I make and I sell on my Facebook. For now, on my website in the future. So here we go. So to all of you, I smudge. As we move into the fire, and we move into creation, and we move into your will, and we work with that emotional part of the body that's going to come up, all that stuff that says I'm not good enough, let's just allow this smudge to take it away. All that stuff that says I'm not smart enough, all the stuff that says I don't have the time, and all this stuff that says I don't feel like putting in the effort. I don't feel like I have the energy to put in the effort. The energy will come. The eagerness will come. The creativity will come. It will all come. And you get to the point where you feel like your brain is firing on all cylinders. It's not going to be without a journey. It's not going to be without a contrast. The contrast is where we find our will to decide, to make the decision, to want it to be better, to want to live a better life, to want to live at our highest level. This is no dress rehearsal. So let's feel our feet on the floor. And let's come into turning on all our sensories. And actually, I'll keep this in front. Turn on all our sensories and allow those etheric feet to come out of the bottom of your feet. I'm so excited to be moving into this area. It's such a great time as we're starting to come into the recovery portion of the COVID. With all the hardships, I acknowledge all the pain and the sorrows that many people in the world are going through, and I hold them all in our safety container. And I hold them all with us to allow them to take the observations and the experiences they've had and many misfortunes. Even in your own mental health. It's affected every single person's mentality of how we move forward. For some, it will create a higher fear. And for some, this is where fear resides. So if you put your hand just on the little notch just below, and it's tender, that's a little fear spot. So be gentle, gentle, gentle. And when we work with the You might want to go in there and work with that felt sense. And if you weren't a great place to tap. So allow it to cascade down and return back into Mother Earth and feel the rhythm in the body. And then come into the centering, bring that Hara line up the perineum, the bottom where the sit bones are, right at the bottom of the buttocks. Allow that to come up through the Sushumna, up into the spine, and allow the body to open and sway into its center to allow us to take it up into alignment. Alignment, a fine line from the top of the head, up in. Into the legs, right down to our full foot. Yeah, our toes need as much oxygen as our nose. So let's keep that in mind with that imagination. And allow that full body to feel the rhythm of the divinity, the source, creator, universe, higher self, and that safety container, that nurturing Mother Earth. This is where our intuition is our greatest. This is where we can ask questions and listen for the answer. It's where we can give consent for guidance for those that are with us on this journey. Let's just take a walk and feel the sensory sensations in our body. That sense of self, that felt sense. And let's just see, let's ask if there's anything right at this moment that might be a little anxious. I might feel a little anxiety moving into this section. Might have a little nervousness with the unknowingness of the journey that we're going on. The excavation in this region is often called the City of Jewels. And I often refer to it as like we're finding those diamonds within ourselves, and we're cleaning them, we're scrubbing them. to us. And let's engage that deep diaphragmatic breath as we prepare for the outro. If there's anything calling to you, put your hand there. That acknowledges that you're listening. It creates that internal communication. That simple acknowledgement can allow the shift. That simple verbalization, just asking, even if it's just in your mind, or if you're by yourself and you want to ask out loud, ask out loud. Who's got the hand up? Who needs some work? With green is a beautiful healing color to breathe in. Golden white light is a beautiful healing color to breathe in. Pink is often represented as part of the heart as well. Green and pink. If you get pink coming up for you. And just work with that area. Keeping in mind, keeping your head, if you want your head to rest somewhere, rest it in your sit bones to know that you're grounded. You have support of the chair. Your feet are grounded on the floor as you breathe into this area, whatever that area might be. It could be back of the neck, it could be the front of the neck. Often it can show up in the jaw. That's comfort that's uncomfortable. And with gratitude, let's let that go. And now feel our sit bones on the chair, feel our feet on the floor. Make sure we've engaged our deep diaphragmatic breath and bring in our mantra for the next 3 minutes. And I invite you, this is a new moon. We started on a new moon on my birthday. So that's one lunar. I invite you just to take even one thing today that you add to the list, your list of what is most important to you. Just one thing. Take 5 nature. Nature is one of our greatest healers. Spend more time to experience nature. Open a window, sit with the birds.